All right, welcome everyone. We're going to get into our build video today. We're going to be building the Stanley Junior toolbox and from scratch. It's a pretty quick build, so no worries on how long this is going to take. It should be. Oh, I see a comment about the box cutter in the chat. Yes, you must be very careful with the box cutter. It is extremely sharp. So now that I'm wearing my safety glasses, I'm going to open up this project. So let's be careful. Oh, sorry, I hit the camera. Let's be careful here. And I like to go kind of around the outside. Okay. So I cut a little door in here, and the little door is opening up. Great. Now, retract the blade and put it back in the case so that you can find it easier later. I have some sandpaper and I have some instructions. So let's talk about the instructions. Here we go. Okay, so safety glasses are a must. This person is wearing their safety glasses on their head. We wear them on our eyes. If you do have long hair, please tie your long hair up. This is required. If you have on long sleeves, roll the long sleeves up. If they're loose or baggy, if they're tight long sleeves, then you should be fine. If you have a tool belt or tool storage, that would make things easier, but it is, of course, optional. Closed-toed shoes are mandatory. In case you drop some tools, you don't want them dropping on your toes. Glue, we have our glue. Your glue may look different, but the glue is in the distribution if you need to get some. And we're using the Phillips number 2 screwdriver to drive in a few of our screws. So that's good. That's good. Hammer. Phillips number 2. How do you know it's Phillips number 2? Well, let me clear these other things out of the way. Right here it says pH2, Phillips number 2. Okay, so we take that bit out of the index. You can push it out with your nail and grab it, and we insert that into the ratcheting screwdriver. Now we have our Phillips number 2 and we're ready to go. I'm going to put the bits off to the side for now, and the hammer off to the side for now. Let's go on and look at what is going on here. A file. I think that is amusing that they're calling for a file, but the file was not necessary. Okay, so that is interesting that they ask for it, but not essential. Let me adjust this a little bit more. I was hoping that would help with the light, but it really didn't seem to help with that much. There, That seems to be a lot better. Okay. Let me get that in frame. Here we go. Okay. This file is optional and not necessary after doing the build once. This saw is optional and not necessary after seeing the build once. This saw is not necessary after seeing the build once, but we do have this saw, okay? We do have a saw right here. Okay, if we wanted to do something different, if we wanted to modify this a little bit more. And here is our sandpaper. So we have our sandpaper if we need to sand that down. No problem. Okay, so let's go continue on. It says 45 minutes. I think we come in a little bit lower than 45 minutes, but they're saying based on your age level and your experience level that this would probably be a 45-minute project. So the hammer, the Phillips #2, and the glue. I would like to add wet paper towels to this. Wet paper towels are essential for you to wipe the glue off and keep your work surface clean. I would recommend 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 6 wet paper towels. And now you make them damp, and I will show you what that looks like. Then over here, we have our step 1. We get the first 2 pieces, the piece and the face, and we're going to apply the glue here. Oh, I jumped ahead. Inventory. So we must count out our pieces first. 2 ends, 2 sides, 1 bottom, 1 dowel, 2 screws, 8 nails. Let's take a look. Have some paint. All right. A paintbrush. All right. Nails and screws. Looking good. Taking out all my pieces. Get rid of this box. Done with the box now. So let's see what we got here. I'm going to try to make it look like this in the picture. 2 ends, yes. 2 sides, yes. 1 bottom and 1 dowel. Let's count the screws. Instead of 2, they gave us 4 screws. Wow, they gave us an extra 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many nails? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They gave us 1 extra nail and 2 extra screws. We're good to go. All right. So let's see where we get going here. Oh, I'm going to need my wet paper towels before I start doing this. So I'm going to go get those and be right back. Okay, so I have the wet paper towels here, and I like to tear them up into little pieces. And so here's a little piece here, here's a little piece here, here's a little piece. And so I'm going to tear them up into smaller little pieces. Okay, so I have lots of little pieces that are wet paper towel and they're ready to go. Now they're not soaking wet, they're just moist. Okay, so let's check out what our instructions are saying here. We're going to step one, and step one is we're going to need one front piece, or we're going to need one face piece and one side piece. Let's get rid of the other stuff for now. We will also need to take out our fasteners. It says we'll need 2 nails. So empty those out and get those ready. And I'm putting the paint off to the side and the paintbrush off to the side and the sandpaper off to the side. We don't need those right now. So what I really like about this project is they have pre-drilled holes, which makes it pretty easy. So start by inserting the nails into the pre-drilled holes. Great, that's nice. Okay, so we're ready to do that. Now we have an end, and I'm going to push the nails through a little bit so you can see them a little bit better. And then you can see that the nails actually go right in these holes. Okay, so there's some little holes that are in the end. And that's what we put, you'll be able to feel it right there. Okay, now we're going to apply our glue. Then we're going to come up like this and nail those. We'll nail those 2 in right there with the hammer. Okay, so first step, we're going to get our glue, open up the glue, and we're going to apply our glue. Making sure that this edge is on the bottom. Okay, now that I got my finger all covered in glue, I'm wiping that off. You don't want the glue to get on the rest of the project. Let me bring this a little bit further down. Okay, so here we go. We're going to get this piece on here. So feel where those holes are. Get the nails into the holes. Pick up the hammer and tap it. Once you tap that in, you're going to see some of the glue pop out the side. Let's see if you can see that a little better if I give it some shade. There. So we're going to wipe that glue off. Okay, so I wiped the glue off. Get rid of this piece of paper. So that's nice. We're ready to go. I'm ready to get the next one on. So let's go ahead and put our nails in. Okay, we got our nails ready. Bam. Let's get our other side. And remember, we're going to keep this part down. So it's going to go like this. Okay. So that's going to be our next step. So let's go ahead and apply some glue. Okay. Spreading the glue out evenly. Get a paper towel, wipe your finger off so you don't get glue on the rest of the project. Bring the nail up, find that hole, find that other hole. Great. So now that we have both of the nails in their hole. Now we're going to hammer that in. Don't hit your finger. And we have some more glue. Wipe that off. Okay, get rid of that. And now we can look at our next area. So if you do have any glue in here, you can wipe that off. I'm not seeing a lot on the inside seam, so I'm just going to leave it there. I'm going to go over to the next part, which is step. So we have completed steps 1 and 2, and we will now go to step 3. Step 3 is putting the dowel in. Okay, so this is step 3, is putting this dowel in here. So I had an alignment issue with this last time, which wasn't great, but put plenty of glue inside and then put the dowel in. Then you're going to flip everything over. Okay, this is where we're going to get a screw, and we're going to put the screw in. It's easier for you to see if I hold it this way, but it also moves around a lot more. It's easier if you push straight down, but then that kind of blocks the video camera. So I'm pushing straight down on it like that, and then that's going right. There we go. That's nice. So we have that in. That's looking great. We are ready for the next step. And the next step is step 4, which is put in the piece here that goes in this channel. So this is a little tricky. So take your time when you do it. Slide the piece in. Slide the piece all the way in. And then when it gets to the bottom, it might get a little tight. Now it's not going all the way in. I'm going to just give it a little tap. Okay, that's all the way in. Now these sides are going to want to open up on you, but you're going to have to hold them closed when you're working on this next step. So we are now on step 5, and we're completing the glue here and here and here. Okay, so let's get that glue on. Apply your glue. Apply your glue. Apply your glue. Okay, all the glue is on. And before I smear it around, I'm going to switch over to this piece and put all the nails in this piece. So down here, I'm going to show you down in the lower area where you can see I'm putting all the nails in right now. Load those nails and get them to come out a little bit from the other side, but be careful you don't poke yourself, okay? So you want the nails sticking out just a little bit so that you can find those holes. Okay, so now we're ready. So have your hammer ready and your wet paper towel. So I'm going to smear the glue over there, smear the glue, spread it out over there, and also right here. Okay, that's all good to go. Wipe your finger off. Okay, now I'm holding this in. See, it wants to flex out. I need to hold it in, otherwise it's not going to align. Okay, now I find the edge. I've found the holes for the nails. They're in. Over here. See how they're sticking out just a little bit. Okay. Okay. Now I'm getting some glue popping out. Wipe that off. That's great. I also have some glue I need to wipe off around here before I put in that screw. So the screw goes right here into the dowel. So we're going to press down and put that in now. Oops. I'm trying to tighten it, and I'll also allow you to see it, but this angle is really difficult to get at. Okay, I'm going to need to move it out of frame for just a second. I'm pushing very hard. There. It's nice and tight. And the box is together. I don't have any glue that I want to wipe off. Everything, the little bit that's showing on the inside corners is fine. And now it's time to check if there's any more glue that is leaving any marks for you. You want to wipe that off. At this point, we are now done with step 6 on to step 7. And step 7 is let the glue dry. Step 8 is to paint it. So we're going to leave this for now. Let's take a look. I'm going to rotate it all the way around. So this is what the box looks like when it's finished. Here's the end. The nails are all driven in. Here is the bottom. Here is the other side. And here is the inside. Okay. So this will lead into the painting of the box. So that's all done. Okay. I'm very happy with that build and how that worked out for us. So I think it was a very successful project. We can do some sanding and some painting in the next video.